I wanted to ask you both if you could talk about the role you see research playing in product design and development, and how you would advise entrepreneurs, especially those who don't have a research background, to engage with research in their product design, development, and testing.
Let me start out with what is not as important in higher ed, but classically very important in K-12. Having published research in randomized controlled trials or a lesser method about the efficacy of your products does not necessarily drive the kind of adoption behavior you would imagine. Higher ed wants to make sure that when they make an investment in their products, a central product in particular, that there's going to be wide adoption by their faculty. And the evidence that they're looking for is there another institution similar to mine that was a peer institution that's used that technology and seed wide adoption and seed some kind of impact? And if you can have that kind of data, which possibly could be generated through research data, but it's more important than a very clinical approach towards getting that same data. Faculty need to use the products. And if the product is, in fact, based on research, so that we know if you do A, B, and C, that classically that will generate the result that you're looking for, as long as your product is following those steps, then higher ed cares. So they want to see, is the basis of this solution based on research? And you can get so many amazing sources, both available online or available through great contacts with innovative researchers that are being very personable and friendly with you. But what's most important is that it ultimately makes an impact, and that you can package that impact in the terms of case studies and references so that other institutions then will adopt as well.
In a very early stage of recruiting faculty, providing an opportunity for a well-positioned instructor to conduct research with you can be extremely attractive. The science of teaching and learning provides an opportunity for faculty at all different kinds of higher ed institutions to really engage meaningfully as researchers. I think we should also look not just at the feature sets of the products from a research perspective, but also the implementation of those products from a research perspective. So when you're working with your early adopter faculty partners, what kind of change management was required for them to use your solution? What are the documented best practices for implementing your technology? How can you reduce the friction for students in gaining access to that technology and having it on day one? Like, these kinds of research questions are, not necessarily what we would consider to be a conventional, research question in a formal study, but will go a long way in your sales and marketing, to David's point, to help you know how to position your solution and support your partners, and then drive that broader adoption as you scale.
I mean, I'll give another example where we started seeing in the Northeast of the United States, just a lot of schools come to us and saying, we heard about your product, we're really interested in it, we want to see a demo of it. And that seemed to be happening over and over again for the course of a year. And as we drilled in and we started finding out, what brought you to us, we were proud and hopeful that it was our marketing that did so. But often it was this single professor who had done research with our product that just went to a lot of conferences, and they talked about our product at a lot of conferences, and a lot of people heard, and with no voice of our company at all, that simply spread the word about us and generated leads, which were very helpful.